Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance, episode 30 of Guess the Trade. I can't believe that we're at episode 30. Today is going to be a reload episode where we look at some previous people that we've already guessed their trade, but they got some kind of a new loadout that they want us to look at or some kind of new setup. But before we jump into that, let's talk about episode 29, which was an actual Guess the Trade. We haven't seen either of these before. We looked at TPG and also Vegan Cookies Good. What was it that they did with their tools? Well, TPG, he had that TP6B and also a TPLD. We looked at all the tools within those. He said in his TPLD, he is a computer guy as far as that's what he's done for his entire type career type thing, but he's fixing to retire from that, but that's what he uses that TPLD for. And then as he retires, he's wanting to do work for friends and family and also just handyman type stuff, whatever he's capable of doing, and that's what he's using that TP6B for. So that's what he did with his tools. I appreciate him sending those in. The other loadout that we looked at was Vegan Cookies Good. He had that Milwaukee bag along with an organizer. It was that structured tote. Lots of key things within there. That was considered his go bag. And remember, I said he did something pretty specialized, and Gusty Orker guessed it in the chat, and then there was a few of you that guessed it inside of the comment section as well. But he was a specialized beverage service tech was what the title was that he told me. So that's what they both did with their tools. Again, we're going to jump into some reloads today. And first one that we're going to look at is Lockhammer. He was back in episode 4, and he sent in a tough belt pouch during that. And today we're going to look at his kind of workbench area along with a Milwaukee pack-out door kit install. But let's go ahead and look at this new loadout. So we'll start out here looking at his workbench setup. He's got his name up there, as you can see. That's Lockhammer. This is a really nice, I couldn't wait to share this with you guys. I loved looking at this. Like whenever I saw it, and I've actually been wanting to zoom in and out and look at some different things, and I hadn't done that yet. And it's going to be hard to catch probably everything in here. This is kind of an overview. He's going to dig in and kind of get us some different shots a little bit closer. He's got that Makita blower there. I'm going to kind of look and see what the big stuff is. He's also got an MCT blackout down here. He just sent me the pictures for that, but I wanted to go ahead and save that because it was several pictures as well. We will do that in a reload. And I believe, if I remember right, he also told me he bought his granddaughter one of those. She's starting in electrical work. So we'll look at that MCT at some point in time, but he's got pack-outs. These are those original Milwaukee. I've got a bunch of those as well, and he's put them on a dolly. He's got looks like as many as I do. He's also got several pack-outs on some rolling dollies as well. Icon flex wrench, a Montezuma shop box, some different screwdrivers. Again, he's going to kind of change the frame, and we'll see what we can zoom in at. I'm just going to make sure I don't miss anything here. Tough built like a stand there as well. We'll go to the next picture. This is pretty similar. It just kind of goes more over here to this side, and man, there is somebody sexy on that TV screen right there. I don't know who that is. I'm actually wearing the same shirt, isn't that something? But so he's been watching me out here, being inspired to do some work. He's also got a vise right there. I don't know if I noticed that in the last one. Let's see, a precision mini lathe over here on the side as well. Also has one of those contour gauges. I just noticed that as well over there on that side. So Ryobi fan, little fan right there. I'm not sure what that flex spout deal there goes to. Is that just some kind of a blower? I've not seen the orange and blue deal. He's also got several different hammers up there on the top, Milwaukee screwdrivers, drill bits down here down below. He's got the Klein, looks like precision driver kit in the mod box as well. He's got his name right there on some bits as well, some different pliers, chalk line. Again, I'm sure I'm going to miss some of these, but y'all can always pause this video, zoom in and out. If you've got a question, ask it down below. I'm sure he'd be more than happy to answer it as well. I'm trying to figure out if I could see what kind of a bench and stuff it is. I'm wondering if it's Husky or what it is. He's also got a Milwaukee thing over here on, it's just a cover on the top of his other toolbox. We'll go to the next picture. So here's more up close on this one. So I'm going to zoom in and we'll go left to right and see what all we can see with this. So he's got stuff hanging from the top up there as well. Looks like he's got some sort of a rack system. Again, ball peen hammers over there. Different writing utensils. And probably people are going to ask Lockhammer what this, or Miles, what this pegboard is, because it's not your standard pegboard. People might ask and let us know how much you like it, if you can still get the little adapters for it, all those kinds of things like that. Milwaukee Square up there. Again, Milwaukee chalk line. He's got some sort of a aluminum lubricant, it says. Looks like PB Blaster down there at the bottom. Like I said, I know I'm going to miss some stuff. A little Schlage pad. Schlage or Slodge. Again, I don't know how the technical name is to say that. I've always called it Schlage. See, he's got some Houdini. So I'm curious too. I don't know if I've ever asked you. We email back and forth quite a bit. If you have bought that a long time ago and used it on your locks, or is it something that you watch my video? I would assume with you being a locksmith, you knew about it well before I probably even did. But I'm curious if you've been using it on locks for a long time. I pretty much use it to clean my tools all the time. I keep cans of it on my workbench. I've got a couple of it. I keep 2 or 3 in my truck, and I also use them whenever I go and work on people's locks and stuff. It's phenomenal for locks. I mean, that's what it's meant for, but it's also the best thing I've used for cleaning my tools as well. So I'm just interested in, had you used it prior to watching any of my videos. So he's also got, looks like some Klein tools, adjustable wrench, see some safety glasses, some red laser glasses, a Vera, I don't know if that's called it's not really it's got a tool and some bits, so I don't know if it's a mix between it's not the full-blown tool check, but it's something along those lines. The Milwaukee Rover light. He's also got a lot of T-handles over there, a lot of drill bits on some magnetic organizers. I think I've got that same red and black one as well, and some regular mag mats. Again, I mean, lots to look at. Well, and then in this picture, let's see, he's got TPG's bag up there, so he was watching the last Guess the Trade out there when he took this picture. Let's see. Up here it looks like a nibbler, also a heat gun, another blow gun, probably the Malif it looks like. So he's got the Makita down here, the 40 volt blower, but he's also got that Malif blower as well. And you might have would have bought that for the accessories, because I'm also curious to ask you that, because I've had some other people ask me, do the accessories for the Malif blower fit on the Makita? Whenever I was looking at them picture by picture, side by side, I felt like they did, and the Makita accessories were really expensive, so I thought that would actually be a good thing. Whether you needed the tool or not, you could buy the Malif blower and all those accessories for cheaper than you could buy the Makita accessories. So if they've worked back and forth, let us know that in the comments below. Let me go ahead and go to the next picture and see if there's any more zoom ins. This is a little bit clearer that way. He's also got a hide and drink with his name on it, lock hammer with a Pika, all his Sharpies and different things like that. Again, there's that Klein Tools Precision Driver mod box set. Lots of Railer bit rails. He's also got some kind of little 3-piece bit holder. I've not seen that before. That's pretty interesting. Milwaukee Precision drivers, also Klein and Vera Precision drivers. That's a stand back there. Is that a stand maybe that I think I've seen KC Tools sells a stand for precision drivers like that? Maybe that's what that is. Let's see, combination square, some picks. This looks like maybe some Pittsburgh pliers. Let's see. I'm not real sure on the rest of those without being able to see kind of the face of them, the brands of them. But I mean, obviously he's got the curved needle nose, long needles nose, lineman, strippers. Those are probably Klein yellow and blue strippers, and either the Icon or the Snap-on pistol grip. He's also got Milwaukee strippers, it looks like, as well. Let's go to the next picture. So here's more of this side over here. Let's see, we're seeing some, are those either polishing pads or furniture movers, one of the two. And then he's got a painter's tape dispenser. That's pretty neat. I've not seen that before either. Again, so much to look at. I'm sure I'm going to overlook some things. That's why I'm going to try to move slow so that you can always pause it and zoom in if you want to. Here's a 3.6 volt Metabo. I've not seen that either. Looks like he's also got a Spider tool holster on that. So that's interesting. Let's see, make sure I'm not missing anything here. Next picture, this is kind of looking back that other way. So I guess that's like a magnifying, I'm not sure what the Tomlov is as a tool, but it looks like you'd stick something under there. I don't know if that's with it having a screen on it, I'm assuming it's like a magnifying type glass, or like you can get a bigger picture of something small. I'm not real sure what the time lob is, so let me know that as well. I'll probably look it up and see after I get done filming this. Let's see, an AUT, looks like some sort of adjustable wrench. I've not seen that up there before either. Also, he's got some sort of a little safe box. I think I've covered everything else on here. Scroll through there one more time. Let's go to the next picture. Yeah, so here's a complete side view looking at it from this way. So again, I'm just going to leave it on this. If you want to zoom in, I think we've caught everything that would be a tool that we would have noticed. Maybe the bits over here. He's got spade bits, long driver bits, also long nut drivers. Let's see, some really big blue Sharpies. We'll go on to the next one. So here's a whole side of what we haven't seen. Looks like maybe a Makita saw up there. Also some other Milwaukee pack outs hanging on the wall as well. Some jars where he's got the lids where he screws them on and off. I've known a lot of people that's done that over the years. Also a bandsaw, a drill press. He's also got looks like you can take his portable maybe bandsaw and take it on and off and make it a, one that you can lift up and down. He's got a scroll saw, it looks like maybe over there. Let's see. Here's some tough built pouches. All sorts of tough built pouches right there. And also I think that's a tough built pouch as well. So a bunch of tough built pouches right there. I'll just leave that there if you want to zoom in on those. He's also got an Ego fan, an Ego pressure washer. Let's see, and again, there's his Vito bag down there that we'll look at later. Let's see, tape measures. I think I've caught everything, maybe whatever this blue thing is over here. I'm not sure what that is. Almost looks like a sewing machine. I don't know if that's a sewing machine. That's what it looks like. So we'll look at all those. So that's all of his workbench. So again, zoom in if you want to on those. This is a pack out that he uses, he says, for door installs. He's got install kit right there, also lock install down there. So we'll go to the next picture. Here's the top view. So there's a tool to lift doors to be able to give yourself some help. Here's the top view. Zooming in on that, he's got some golf tees, always work really well. Golf tees and then also toothpicks work, but the golf tees work extremely well because they pretty much just fill in that whole entire hole. And then what I have also found, just as a little side note, has nothing to do with door install, but you could probably use it in the same way. The very small zip ties, if I've ever got anywhere where I'm having problems or I want to anchor in concrete, like I was just putting in some thresholds for some LVT, and I didn't want to drill really big holes, so I was drilling 1/8 inch holes, putting 2 of the little small zip ties down in there, black ones, and then cutting them off flush, putting the screws that were provided with the threshold, and then, I mean, they were holding like crazy. So little zip ties in concrete, they're plastic, so I think that works out. It's the same as sticking a plastic anchor down there. You're basically wedging the zip ties along with the screw. Same principle, so if you ever run in a pinch, that's what I do with that. But golf tees work extremely well. I use that same exact trick. Looks like he's also got a glue gun. He's got some long screws, strike plates, all the things that you would need on the inside of a door. He's also got the latches and things like that. WD-40. So we'll go to the next picture. This is the top of the bottom part. So he's got hammer. He's got the Milwaukee door lock kit. I like the Milwaukee one. I think that's the one that I have currently now. I've used the Milwaukee. I've used the DeWalt. I've used the Ryobi. I like the Milwaukee one. He's also got a fastback knife, some chisels it looks like, some Forster bits. Also, let's see, I'm not sure what that green and black thing, if that's some sort of a door wedge maybe or something like that. Several different hole saws. So basically anything that you're going to need to install that lock set, or probably other things even down in there for your chisels to, finish out the strike plate and all the stuff that goes along with that. Next picture here, this looks like it's a tool specifically, probably a big name brand, because again, he did this for a living, for installing lock sets of different kinds. So I have no idea what this version is, what the name of it is, but you can get the idea of it. There's the same thing. It looks like you'd put that around your door, and then this would be for your strike, and different deadbolts, different depending upon what lock you're using. All sorts of things there. I could see that being pretty handy. Let me know what the name of this one is. I'm just curious. I'm sure it was a pretty penny whenever you bought it. And that's his last picture. So again, there's his kit. And then here is his garage. I'm going to go back to the very first picture. That one right there kind of gives you the glimpse of it again if you want to pause and check that out. I think that garage is pretty epic. I couldn't wait to share that with you guys. I know that a lot of you are going to really, really like that. So again, we've already guessed. We know what it is that he does, but you get to see a little bit more of the tools that he has at his house and some of the stuff that he does with the tools that he has, all those kinds of things. I appreciate you sending these in, Lockhammer. But the next one we're going to look at is Rocky O. He was back in episode 11. He is an IT infrastructure engineer, if I remember right. That was his title. We looked at some of his DeWalt cases back in that video, but he's got some other DeWalt cases we're going to look at in this one that have his main tools in it. So we're going to check out this setup as well and see if there's anything that we want to answer or get answers for from this setup as well. But let's jump into those. So again, here is his Tough Systems. He's got his power tools there, his hand tools here. We'll go to the next picture. This one is hand tools, which I could have probably just looked at the tools instead of trying to read that label. So we can see this tray out. He's got some Vera insulated, also the Weehaw Pocket Max. I don't know if that Vera, I think that Vera there, I don't know if that's the torque screwdriver or if that's just the insulated with that different end on it. I can't remember. I haven't seen Vera's as much as I've seen Weehaw's. And then there's all his blades right there. He's also got the Weehaw precision driver, a Vera ratcheting screwdriver, along with some bits over here. This side over here, he's got a BM 197 AC and DC clamp on voltage tester, along with another one over here. I can't see the model number on that. BT75EU, I think is what that says. Scrolling up here, he's got insulated Knipex. Also has like a Knipex cabinet style key, some sort of a pocket level, a Holzer tape measure, some different hand tools down in there. We'll see what the next pictures bring us. Yeah, he's getting them out, so I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember by looking at it. So he's got a crimping tool right there. Also another one, a Yato, and then a one of those auto adjusting strippers right there. I'm not sure the brand on that. It's green. Maybe that's Engineer. I don't know if Engineer has a pair of those. Also has the Knipex 9772 180s, a DeWalt foldable jab saw, Milwaukee foldable jab saw, some Cobra 150s, pliers wrench 180s. Let's see, I'm not sure what this is for sure. Can't really tell. I would think it's some sort of a crimping tool or something right there. I'm not sure. I've not seen that one before. There's another crimper over here. Also a pair of like a vice grip style locking pliers. And then again, there's those Knipex all insulated versions. A couple different tapes over there. This picture, there's his Unilite light, also his tape measure, Pika 3030, another Yato small ratchet, and then there's an Engineer something, not sure what that is, and then a Knipex cable stripper. That might be an Engineer cable stripper too as well. The pocket level with Stanley. He's also got DeWalt driver bits there, Vera precision set, and there's that Knipex cabinet style key like folded out. And then he's also got another DeWalt case. So he did the same thing with these DeWalt cases. He kind of built his own cases out of them and then, used his own bits and put them in there. I was running the DeWalt ones before I got into pack out, and now I've made myself a pack out bit case. But I really like the T-Stack bit cases. They were the best ones in my opinion at the time whenever I was using those, and they're still really good. But he's done the same thing I did with those. Next picture, Engineer scissors, Knipex small flush cuts along with some Engineers, also a cable cutter, a pair of diagonals, a small pair of 1302 160s, looks like that's a Knipex needle nose with a small crimper there, and then also look like it has maybe some wire strippers up in there as well. Engineer needle nose, Milwaukee and Fisker's knives. Let's see, lots of crimping, like the end ferrules and stuff there. Let's see, there's another pair of engineer, like the twin grips, screw extraction type pliers. I'm having a hard time thinking of what that was there. A couple different razor blade knives there. Also a magnetizer, demagnetizer. Go to the next picture. So here now we're getting into the power tools. He's running DeWalt 20 volt. He's got several different bits. Looks like he's also got a rotary hammer down there, some batteries, probably also an impact and a drill. We'll see if he pulls those out. He's got drill bits, step bits. Let's see, socket adapters there. Also Milwaukee bits. Small little Dremel type disc. Also tracer pencils, a punch. Some different adapters for drills, little sandpapers for like a Dremel style tool as well. Let's see what these tools are. So yeah, he's got the DeWalt SDS, or I'm assuming it's SDS. Yeah, right there, SDS. It takes the SDS plus bits, or it is the DeWalt rotary hammer that takes the SDS bits, SDS plus bits, because it's actually a rotary hammer. The other thing describes the bits. And then he's got the DeWalt, again, brushless, right there, which it's weird that his says 18 volt XR. I guess maybe other places that's what it says, because I'm pretty sure over here it says 20 volt. Let's see, he's also got some sort of a Vera pistol grip, probably it looks like, ratcheting screwdriver, DeWalt right angle adapter, some different things for a Dremel as well. And I think that we got one more over here, so this is another stack in it. Ryobi blowgun, it looks like. It's inflator, deflator. Also a Klein tools right there, for all the data tools, like data cables and things like that. So he's got all that whole entire set, along with the punch down screwdriver. I've got that screwdriver as well, or a version of it. I don't know if I got that same exact one. And then also up here, I think that might be a light, but I'm not 100% sure. It looks like it might be a light on that end. And he's got a couple batteries for that as well. Next picture, hot glue gun and his Dremel. So there's the Dremel that he uses all those attachments on. I was curious because we hadn't seen one yet. I didn't know if he was going to see one or not. And then again, he's got that glue gun from Ryobi, and that's his last picture. So here's his power tool cases. And then now we're getting back to the hand tool cases. Take another look at those. I think that was the very first picture, if I remember right, or actually here they are, kind of just set up to where he throws these in his truck. Again, he is an infrastructure IT engineer, so that's what he does with those tools. We looked at those back in episode 11, but I appreciate both Lockhammer and Rocky O sending these in. But those are both Lockhammer and Rocky O's new setups, or really it's a setup in which they've probably been using, just didn't send it in. I'm sure Lockhammer didn't just build his garage in the last little bit, and I'm sure Rocky O has been using those tools. They just weren't in that first grouping of tools that they sent us in. So I appreciate y'all sending those in. Again, it's always nice to look at everyone's loadouts, whether we know what you do or whether you don't. But if you want to be in the guest of trade, maybe you haven't been in it yet, you can send in your pictures and we'll do yours and we'll try to guess what it is that you do. Or if you have sent stuff in before, go ahead and send in, like if you've got a new bag or you've got a new setup, whatever it might be, and you want to send those in, we always like to look at those as well. But I hope this video was helpful. Hope it's interesting in some way. As always, you guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. See you on the next video.